Alright, this is Only God by Circuit Rider Music in the key of B major. I have another video doing a playthrough, just a playthrough of the same song in the key of C. So I will still obviously like do a playthrough at the end of this one, but I'm just gonna be talking more through the parts, at least how I'd play them in the key of B. If you're playing it in C, you're just moving everything up one fret, so it's really not too much different. I don't think anything really changes in terms of like the shapes of the parts or anything. So yeah, so we'll get right into it. We usually play this, I believe, in about 71 BPM for the tempo. And tone wise, I'm relatively clean, just with like a little tremolo or vibrato to get just a little bit of movement there. And then just kind of standard reverb and delay. And then once we get into the bigger parts, I'll add more gain, an octave pedal as well, just to kind of make it sound a little more full. And I'm playing this as if I'm the only guitar player. So sometimes we have like a rhythm guitar player, but in terms of like lead guitar who are playing like specific parts, I would kind of be covering most, if not all of them, myself. So to start, it's a nice intro with just like the guitar and some padding and a little piano. It starts, I just use the bottom two strings. It starts on the 4th fret of the B string and the 2nd fret of the E string. And then you go up to the 4th on both. And then 4 and 6 on the E. And then 7th fret on them both. Bent down to the 6th fret on the E string, hitting that B as well, and then going up to the 9th fret on the B string, back down to the 7th, then to the 4th, and then to the 5th fret, 2nd fret, and open. So I'll do that one time all together. This part repeats a lot, so you'll hear it a lot, but I'll just play through it once. Yep, that's basically it. You do that all the way through the intro, the first couple, verse 1 and 2, and then it changes at the first chorus. Tone-wise, I stay the same pretty much all the way until the second big chorus. So I'm not really changing anything there. But anyways, for the first chorus, you're doing this nice little part in like the D shape in the key of B. So that's playing the 11th fret on the G string, 12th on the B, and 11th on the E. So you're kind of like playing as if you're playing a D chord, that shape, but all the way up on the 11th and 12th fret. So that's that for the key of B, of course. So you're doing that shape. I usually play it like this, kind of barring the 11th fret with my pointer finger, and then adding my middle finger on the 12th. And you're doing a little bit of like a kind of re-hitting the bottom two strings, and then you hit the 14th fret on the B. So it sounds like this. You do that twice, and then you slide down to this like G shape kind of, with the 9th fret on the G string and 12th on the B and E strings. And you slide, you do that once, and you slide your pinky up to the 14th fret and back to the D shape. And then you go, you kind of just accent the chord changes, so it goes So you're doing the 12th fret on the B to the 14th to the 11th on the E string, and then up to the G string on the 11th. It goes 11th, 13th. And then you're doing the 12th fret on both the B and E, back to the D shape. That's the gist of the chorus. You'll hear everything all together in the playthrough, but basically you do that either once or twice, just depending on how many times you want to do the first chorus, usually once. And then you go right, it's like a little break, like a vamp where I'm usually out, and then you go right back into the verses. And so verse 3 and 4, same exact thing. I do the same tone, same notes and everything. Do that twice for verse 3 and verse 4. And then chorus 2, I'm doing the same parts. I'm just adding a little bit more gain. But same parts exactly. And then you go into that instrumental, which leads into the bridge. This is where I add on this octave pedal. It's an octave lower, so like 12 semitones, or yeah, semitones down. Just adds a little bit of flavor. And so you're doing this on the G string on the 6th fret. And you're kind of pedaling the whole time. So you're doing the 6th on the G to the 4th on the B string, back to 6, and then 4 on the G string, and then 6 on the D. So it's all in this shape right here. Then you pedal there, back to the 4th on the G, and then you're going high. And so there's two ways to do this. I usually go to the 4th fret on the low or the high E string, just because my finger's like already there. But you could also go up to the 9th fret on the B, if that pinky stretch feels more comfortable to you. You could do that too. So we're here, and that's the 7th fret on the B, back to the 4th. And you end the phrase by kind of doing the same thing as the start. So it's 6th on the G string, back to 4 on the B, back to 6, back to 4 on the G, and then you just go back up and start again. So I'll play it one time all the way through, just so you can kind of hear what it sounds like. And you're basically just repeating that a ton of times through the instrumentals, the bridges. As we get into like the last 1 or 2 building bridges going into another chorus, I'll usually take off the octave pedal and just have like a cleaner gain stage. It just felt a little better as we were building, and the drums start to kind of hit a bit more. It cuts through a little better too. So I'll just switch to that usually towards the end. And then once we get into the big chorus, sometimes we'll do a break. Sometimes there'll be like a break on the 1, and then you'll kind of come in with these hits, which will go. It's like the ending of the chorus notes. So I'm just doing that 13th fret and 12th fret on the G, B, and E strings. Back to that D shape, and you can even add your pinky on the 14th if you want to do that. After that, it's just the same normal chorus like before, and then usually we'll reprise the bridge, at least once or twice after that, and I'll just keep that cleaner tone going. And I don't always do this, but if you wanted to, you could go higher up the octave and do it up here, I believe. on the B string, so it's 14 on the B string to 11th on the E. It's a little different shape. But you could do it up there on the octave if you just want it to sound a bit clearer and different when you reprise the bridge. So I'll do that in the playthrough, I guess, just to kind of demonstrate it. But yeah, let's hear it all in context now.
Lord, I praise your holy name. Be lifted high, oh high upon our praise. Jesus, the magnificent one, Father, Spirit, and Son, we praise you. You drank the cup, you took the wrath for us, spilled your blood, oh, the Father's only Son, for me, then added to the tree. Now I've been set free, I am free indeed. Glory and power belong to the Son of God. Yeah. And glory and power belong to Him. And Lord, I praise your holy